you very much. And this is a press conference. Samoyugo basically make hello programs. Melango Temena Awards 2020. Achalo gina mektemere moha moha. Kai poyo abe karamelea cha herkede. Nudong mano edition mena beach. Made up to celebrating you book the event among Melango Temena Awards. And the event at Yalaman Temena Moha. Well, job paro. Ni na lockdown beda tiene. Ubero kerenyo doctor ele adaka beda tieda. Na jambi pete water be bituni. Le na beda tie. And wana chalo karamele ke beda thing. Enu ngani kare kono bedi pe ke beda Paul. Jamu timera Paul in the industry. Petire work mo very very active from the Madec, Karame, Yukel, lockdown, the closing sectors are called part, Uganda can. And in the industry, Teberome, and now we sector Chalame, Tebero so much affected. And don't Jama Paul 12, Tobe Karame, team due to and lockdown of But we are happy that today we are launching the 5th edition of LEA. Someone may ask that how is it going to be conducted? We already have options, several options on how it will be, depending on the situation that will be prevailing at the period at the award ceremony. But I can assure you that we have options in place already, and there's nothing that can prevent us. Even if by the time that we shall be having the award ceremony, other sectors will not have yet been opened, still we shall have another option that will enable this event to go on. Now, as we celebrate, or as we look forward to launching and celebrating the 5th edition of LEA, we want to appreciate so much all the players, all the different players in the entertainment industry. They've also worked so hard to ensure that their voices have also been heard through the messages they preached about coronavirus and how people should take care of themselves. Some of them came through songs. We also want to, in a very special way, appreciate those ones in the mainstream media, like radio stations that we have around, and also social media. We also have bloggers who have also played a very pivotal role in ensuring that people get the messages that they're supposed to have or to get as they take care of themselves. And as a result of that, people got informed, and they've also been playing their part in protecting themselves, besides the initiative that also the government had to bring forward. And as we always say, media has a wall, and now when you zero into the entertainment industry, we have a very big role to play. Most of the content that comes from the entertainment industry, the people who consume them, in most cases, get so much of information, of very, very, very educative messages, besides entertainment. So, coming together and having a common goal to achieve in such kind of a scenario, like right now, when we have coronavirus still amidst us, it's very important. So, I want to appreciate so much all the different players in the entertainment industry. And in the 5th edition, we have been having, ever since the 2nd edition of LEA, we have been having themes that we would delve in, or that we would have the campaign running. We started with realizing our identity as Lango, and we always appreciated the different players who have been trying to bring our identity forward. 2018, we also tackled. We also had a campaign that we ran on ending domestic violence and teenage pregnancy and others. So this year again, we also have a campaign that we shall be embarking on this year. Due to lockdown, we have realized that so many young girls are getting pregnant almost on a daily basis. Almost every day you find cases of very young girls getting pregnant. And just like it is the role of media or the role of the entertainment industry, we can play a very, very big role in sensitizing the masses so that they can pick the messages, the positive messages that we always preach, so that at least some change through us we can have we can have some better change coming, or that will be realized. So on this particular training, or rather campaign, we are embarking on the theme ending teenage pregnancies. So that is what we are embarking on this year. What we expect is all the different players in this industry. We shall be recording messages and circulating them. We shall be using the mainstream media, and we shall as well be making the best use of social media. Be in this because so many people look up to these musicians. They really want to. Whenever you hear someone has a new song, so someone really wants to listen to it. Even presenters, they have shows that people really love them. So if they can use that platform, if they can use the songs that they're going to sing to preach this message, if these presenters, whenever they go for their shows, they preach the gospel of ending teenage pregnancies, we can realize some change in realizing the desired change that we would want. So instead of just looking at the options of entertaining ourselves, we can also use that same aspect. We can also use that same opportunity to spread the message of positivity, the message of ending teenage pregnancies. And I believe we can achieve on that. So that's a campaign that we're going to be embarking on seriously. For this year, we shall also liaise with other key figures, opinion leaders, and so on, who are outside in the main industry, but who can give a voice also onto this. We shall also do that. So that is basically about the campaign. Dan, I don't know if you want to add something onto the campaign.
As Lango Entertainment Awards, we have seen strange things happening with our sisters. That is why LEA is focusing on ending the teenage pregnancies. I am one of the guys who is in the media. When I talk of the media, I mean the social media, the radio, the print, and everywhere. I see how young girls have started looking for men on social media like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and so forth and so on. So, as layout and what can we do in this lockdown edition? The best thing we did, first of all, we need to go far to bring everyone closer to this theme, ending teenage pregnancies, because it's only us who can do that. Actually, the young generation in Germany believe in music more than any other things, and they believe in the media more than any other thing. So if all of us who are here can send the message to them, each of us can send message to them, strong message to them, it can help our young sisters, it can help our upcoming mothers, it can help the younger generations from teenage pregnancies. Actually, that is why also Jane is here, as a mother, as a sister, as someone who knows what we are talking about. So Lango Entertainment Awards is not all about music only. We also need to see the likes of Beyonce coming up, the likes of the upcoming artists because you're destroying the future by Germany. We will not have them tomorrow. The artists we have now, their time is there in their evening hours. So we need the younger generation to come up. I'll tell me you again I want to me for the best of our daughters. So I am requesting that as CEO LEA, we come together, we work on how we can end the teenage pregnancies in Lango, northern Uganda, and everywhere as a whole. LEA has brought in some new things in this lockdown edition. Alan will be talking about it as it's a problem. Jama wano kela nyeni, po kela kame spicing LEA. But one ngia berry, it can also help joke na me they are not within us here. Through message jama wano chwa luno wako. So my request is just simple. We need to make sure that we push this thing so that our sisters who are down there, who listen to the music, they are always on Facebook, they are always on Twitter and Instagram, sees what we are talking about here. Then it is not good. When you are still young. I believe we are going to work together and succeed in our mission, ending teenage pregnancies. Thank you.
All right. So if you've been following, then that means this year in particular we are putting so much emphasis onto the campaign of ending teenage pregnancies. That is what we are looking at, and we're always on Facebook these days. It's easier. Like unlike those days of Jane, where for you to access Facebook, you must be at some older age. These days, even children use Facebook, and whatever they do on Facebook, you would even wonder. So, making the best use of social media as a whole, I mean, on its own, and also the mainstream media to advocate for this will help a lot. We're going to be using so much the hashtag end teenage pregnancies. The hashtag that's a hashtag that we are going to be using so much, end teenage pregnancies, because that is a key point of focus for this year. And away from the main campaign for this year, we are also officially launching or bringing out 24 categories for competition in LEA 2020. We're going to be having 24 categories. We used to have more than 24 categories, but due to the effect of coronavirus, certain industries or certain sectors of entertainment have been rendered inactive, and not so much has been done by others in other sectors. So we have omitted others for a while, but we shall be bringing them back in our subsequent editions that are going to be coming in the coming years. We have also added 2 new categories, and these two new categories that we have added involve now the entire northern Uganda. Why? Because we don't want our artists from here or our musicians from here to compete within themselves only. Let them also compete with others from northern Uganda, so that we just want to create some kind of competition, a healthy one for that matter, whereby someone may be very good in Lango here, but now how about when you go to other parts of northern Uganda? How about like someone goes to Acholi sub-region? How about when someone goes to like West Nile? How will that person be? So we brought these two new categories for an open competition within northern Uganda, and those particular categories are Artists of the Year overall northern Uganda, and then Song of the Year overall northern Uganda. And then Female Artist of the Year, we've also made it to be competed for by the entire northern Uganda. Why? Just like we have been advocating here, our campaign is basing on girls. But sometimes, when you've been following the music industry in Lango in particular, not so many ladies are taking up seriously this music industry. And sometimes you may nominate only two people in that category. So the competition the competition hasn't been really good. But we want to bring in that competition now. So they're now going to compete. For the female, they're now going to compete in the entire northern Uganda. So female artist of the year is also going to be overall for the entire northern Uganda. So going through the categories that we have for this year, we have artist of the year, Lango. We also have artist of the year overall northern Uganda. We have song of the year, Lango. We also have song of the year, which is going to be for overall northern Uganda. We have male artist of the year. We have female artist of the year. Afrobeat a song of the year. We also gospel song of the year. Hip hop song of the year. R&B song of the year. Reggae song of the year. Then we shall also appreciate the breakthrough, the new artist on the block. We're calling it breakthrough artist of the year. We shall also have the category for best collaboration of the year, best cultural song of the year, then best dancehall song of the year. We shall also appreciate the best audio producer of the year. Then we shall also have best radio personality of the year, best news anchor of the year, Luo, best news anchor of the year, English. We shall also have best local movie of the year, then song of the year, actually, song of the year, West Nile, and song of the year, Teso. Then we shall also have that lifetime achievement or legendary award that we shall be giving to those people who played a big role in the entertainment industry in Lango sub-region. We shall also be awarding such people. And now someone may be asking, what about best DJ? What about best MC, best dance group, and others that we have omitted? Just like I explained, certain sectors of the entertainment industry have been rendered so much inactive. Like, for example, where have these MCs been MCing within this lockdown? If someone may say maybe traditional marriage or weddings and so on, but those ones also resumed like just of recent, and not all of them have been very active in that. Someone may ask, what about best DJ? Have we been having clubs running within this lockdown? Absolutely no. So there are others that have been rendered so much inactive. We have just omitted them for this year. I want to make this very clear, but we shall bring them back when things normalize, when things come back to or get back to normal. In our subsequent editions, we shall be bringing them back. So those are the categories, and onto the categories. The other two which we are still debating upon, especially on the criteria that we shall have to award such. We're going to have a category for those ones who are going to compose songs on the theme, on our theme for this year. We shall also have that category for those artists who are going to have songs on this particular theme, the campaign. And we shall also, there are people who have been so influential in, especially ladies, they've been so influential in advocating for the rights of girls, and also so basically we shall have those two categories, but we're yet to finalize on a few things about them, the mode in which we shall award them, and so on. So basically, the ones we have launched today are 24, but there is a high possibility that we might have 26 categories. So that is it. Now, someone may say, what is going to be the criteria or Dan, do you want to add something onto the categories? Okay. Someone may say, what criteria are you going to use to select who is going to compete where, and who is going to compete in some particular categories? One, for songs, because if you were to go through the list of categories that we have just unveiled, you realize that most of them are dealing with songs and so on. So for a song to be considered for competition, one, it must have been released within the calendar year. That means a period of 1 year. And our calendar year, the calendar year that we're using for this year's edition is September 2019 to September 2020. So all the songs that were released between September 2019 to September 2020, those are the songs that we're going to consider in different categories. Just like we have mentioned the genres or the categories of those songs, we shall be looking at the time in which, or the period in which they were also released. Other categories will also depend on how such people have been active in the industry within the calendar year also. Talk about the radio personalities, talk about maybe best local movie. But best local movie is also going to be quite open. It's going to be quite open, depending on the message it portrays and so on. But other categories, we shall also look at how such people who want to be nominated have been active in the industry, also within the calendar year. And just like I said, our calendar year, the one we're considering, is between September 2019 to September 2020. That is it. Now, how are these people going to be nominated? Or how are we going to come out with a list of nominees for this year? Just like we always do, we want someone to express interest, first of all, in this competition. We don't force people to participate. So for you to tell us, or for you to confirm to us that you are interested, we go through a process. And this nomination process, from last year we changed it. We had to make it to be online. And at the moment, our IT team is working on it. We are finalizing on proper channels and on these categories. Then we're going to share the link through our social media platforms. We're going to share the link through our social media platforms, just like we did last year. For those of you who followed LEA last year, this is not new to you. We shall still use that same platform. You follow the link and fill the forms. The forms are online. You fill the forms and submit your particulars. Then our team will sit down and review. We shall then review the submissions that we shall get. And after that, going through the entire process, it's what they call vetting. There's also a vetting process that goes that the nomination still go through. And after that, we shall come out with the official list of nominees, those ones who are going to compete this year. So that's a process that we're going to follow in this particular event for this year. Now, just a quick one now, before we can have some questions and answer them. Okay. We have a program. We have our Tentative program, the program that we intend to follow for this event. The first one is the official launch, which we're having today, Sunday 18th, October 2020. Then we're going to have online entry of nominees. This online entry of nominees, those ones who intend to compete for LEA 2020, is going to start next week on Saturday. That is going to be 24th. That's when we shall start sharing our links for people to start sending in their submissions to be nominated for LEA 2020. So it's going to take about 3 weeks from Saturday 24th October to 14th of November 2020. And then after that, the vetting of entries for nomination will commence on the 15th of November to 21st of November 2020. Then we shall bring out the list of nominees also on that same 21st of November 2020. And that is also the same date that we're going to start online voting and SMS voting. This is going to commence on 21st of November 2020 until up to 12th of November, or rather December. Sorry, up to 12th of December 2020, and we intend to have the award ceremony on the 19th of December 2020. We intend to have the award ceremony on the 19th of December 2020. So that is our tentative program, the program that will guide us through LEA 2020. Maybe as to summarize, can we give some, can we give Jen some few minutes to say something before we can close, because I'm seeing weather is changing.
You can.
We want to thank you for sacrificing media, and we acknowledge all the concerns and the questions that have come through. And as the team planning for this, we ensure we work around it and ensure that we customize this according to the best interest of the girl child. I only have one appeal, that we all have sisters, we all have daughters if you're a parent, we all have cousins who are girls, we have nieces who are girls, we have a female relative, and above all, we all have mothers. If our mothers were not given a chance to live their life to the fullest, we cannot criminalize the old generation for that. So that said, I want to ask us to, as a media person, this theme of this year should be something that touches all our hearts, because the next generation of media practitioners may not be us seated here. We will grow old and grey, but we still need young people who should be coming on board and doing this on our behalf. But we will not have this if we have the girls who are potential news anchors, potential female musicians, getting pregnant at 16, at 17, at 14 years. So ask yourself, what is it that I have to do to ensure that this campaign goes as viral as possible? So you have a stake to ensure that that platform that you have, the radio time that you have, the news, the website that you have, the print that you have, has something to do with this campaign. This is not only for LEA, but for all of us as Lango people, because if our nation grows, if our society grows, and our girls are able to live a full life, go to school, study, come back and be something useful, that makes all of us proud. We want to thank you as LEA that you were able to come through and be with us this afternoon. And we want to promise you that we will keep updating you on every step. Like Alan tried to put here our program, we know that you're busy people, so we'll make it upon ourselves to keep reminding you so that you're part of this, so that you keep this and our population informed, and that at the end of the day we make the best choices. We want that when the best song of the year comes out, even you're proud, you're like, yeah, I was on radio, I played this song, I think this song deserves to be the song of the year. So this is our theme. It's not only for LEA, but it's for all of us all. So we want to ask that you continue being part of LEA until this is done, until we achieve a community where girls don't get pregnant at 13. We still have a lot of work.